Hello, it's Mark from Cars and Cameras, and today we're going to take a look at the June Smooth X. This is a brand new gimbal. It has a brand new feature that you'll never see on a gimbal, at least not until now, and that is a gimbal that erects out like a selfie stick. So let's go ahead and take a look at this gimbal and see all the cool things that it can do and take a review of it. Okay, so let's go. So it comes with all your standard accessories like you would have in a normal gimbal, like your USB-C charging cable. And let's go ahead and get this thing undone so we can take a look at it. Okay, so it folds up really nice and small. It's got, I see a telephoto and a wide angle, basically zoom control on there for your smartphone, which is kind of cool. It took me a minute to figure out how to open this thing up. You have to kind of move that stick like that and kind of twist it around. Almost feels like you're kind of stressing the gimbal when you do it. But then when you pull it apart, you realize that selfie stick part is kind of on a hinge. Now, something to be aware of, to make this work like this, it's only a 2-axis gimbal. So I'm really excited to see how well a 2-axis gimbal works. Normally, a gimbal has 3 axes. And we'll make another video talking about the difference between 2 and 3. But mainly here, let's just see how it works. You can see you got your mode dial and your, so when you download this, to make it work, you have to download that app there. So while it's downloading that app, we're going to go ahead and balance the gimbal. And all you have to do is just balance the horizon on the gimbal to make it work. So basically it's just sliding your phone either right to left until it's level. Okay, looks like we got it. All right, so we've downloaded the app. Looks like we have to sign up. So it's not just downloading an app, you also have to sign up. So I'm going to fast forward through all that. Okay, we've got through that. Now we're going to connect via Bluetooth. Okay, let's see how that works here. Okay, great. Looks like we've connected. We have to download some new firmware. So we'll go ahead and download that. We're going to go, and it says we cannot download the firmware. So here is the problem. I tried this 3, 4, 5 times, could not get it to work. The only way you can get it to work is to go on the June Crane website, go to the product page, and when you go to the product page, you will see a tools app that you download and a firmware that you download to your computer, and then you're going to plug the gimbal into your computer with the supplied cable and download the firmware. And I don't have a video on that here because that's a video in itself, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so let's move on now. Okay, so we got the app up and running, so let's go ahead and look at the different modes. You can see you have, your phone supports it. It has the 4K, 24p, and 30p, and 60p. You can see here on the controls, you have your mode dial and your record and your zoom function. And it does a pretty good job. I will say I have a lot of experience with gimbals. It's not as smooth with 2 axes as it would be with 3 axes, but we'll talk more about the advantages of this gimbal in a second. But it does do a good job. As you can see, it does give you very smooth shots. The more static your shots are and you pan, it pretty much is the same. I would say when you're on the move, it seems like it's a little shakier. So other than that, these shots actually come out pretty good, but it's really when you're on the move is where I think it's shakier. So you can see here, it's pretty smooth, but I think as you're walking. Now, the cool thing is when you do this, it allows you to get shots that look like this. You can do these really cool overhead shots. You can also angle your camera phone to get the shots depending on the, what you want to do really nicely. So it does a really good job with that. Also, it does a really good job with photos. So let's go ahead and see how it works with the photos. And you can see here it is here. So it does a great job with the photos. Like same thing here. You can see I did an overhead shot, get low angles there. What it is, I turned the gimbal and had it basically on the ground and then went ahead and took my shot. So you can get some really creative stuff here. So that's a cool thing about it. So I really do like that gimbal. I guess it would be really cool if it was a 3-axis gimbal, but this is a really budget-minded gimbal. So guys, there's my quick look at the June Smooth X. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.